on. Do you think we'll still have apps for iPhone and other platforms in 5 years' time?
If I had to bet,
You do.
okay, I'd say it'd be mobile web, not apps. I think there will obviously be some stores around. I think it will become niche. The market is just too confusing. People don't understand their phones. Real people don't understand how their phones work. They don't know what they do on the whole. And when you're talking about mass market applications and services and things that you want, Sun readers and magazine readers to get involved in. And so we do have to get out of this little kind of app bubble, I think. And also, if you're creating an app, most of them could be really nice mobile-friendly websites anyway. So it's an evolution. Maybe like Tommy Ahanen says, his advice is always prototype on iPhone, then develop for Symbian, and then mobile web, and then all the others. I think it's probably pretty sound.
Chris?
Yeah, I think this is very, very difficult to predict. There's no doubt that Apple absolutely hit it out of the park with the combination of the user experience on the iPhone, the ecosystem that they offered publishers and developers, the business models that underpin that. And I think as long as people are looking to commercialize content and services in that way, the Apple ecosystem provides a very, very strong differentiated opportunity for those kinds of players. Making money from web apps these days is not, if it's hard, as you said earlier, on iPhone, it's even harder on mobile web today. So just some of the kind of technical underpinnings of discovering a mobile application, downloading it onto your phone in a really, really simple 1, 2, 3-step process, having a micropayment debited from your account with no sweat in the world. That is, a lot of work has gone into making that happen, and those of us that have been around for a long time know that we've waited for kind of 10 years for that ecosystem to arrive. Having had it just arrive, is it now going to be supplanted with something where it's going to become just as hard to make a crust out of mobile web applications, which don't have quite the same process and don't have the billing underpinnings and so forth. So it's hard. I mean, I would like to see applications be successful because I think they've established a new type of business opportunity for content and service providers, and I can't see an equivalent in the web app space right at the moment, which is as lucrative for companies like ourselves.
Will we still have them in 5 years?
Will we still have app platforms? I think we will. I think that companies at the device level will continue to try to push the envelope as far as the operating systems and device capabilities and so forth are, and will probably remain slightly ahead of where the browser standards are. So as long as you have APIs into facilities at the hardware level that aren't accessible through HTML5 or whatever it might be, developers are just continuously pushing the boundaries and will want to bring in new services and new experimentation and so forth that browser technologies will not be able to keep up with. That's my gamble, I guess.
Okay, Lucy.
So at the BBC, we're aiming to reach as many people as we can. Everyone in the UK who's got a TV pays their TV licence, and some have got an iPhone, some have got a Nokia 6300. We have to serve them all, and it's a really interesting challenge in getting something that works for everyone. Now, we also understand that we can't make one level of service that works across all of those, and looking at our customisable homepage, it works on high-end handsets, but if you've got 6300, you get a more basic service, and we accept that as well. There are certain things we can do in higher-end phones. So yeah, anything that helps us drive reach, we're looking at, and apps are a really important part of that. I agree. I think as the browser gets more intelligent, there's less need for them. When the browser is able to call things like the location, sort of positioning technology in phones, things like the camera, the need for apps is going to go away, I think. Maybe it's not in areas like gaming. I think gaming is something where you might still have a business model in a few years' time. But in the content area, I think browser will probably lead.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, my view is that apps will be around for a lot longer than most people think, and the reason is not for a technology reason at all, but for a consumer-based reason. Our lizard brains like to own stuff rather than have the rights to use stuff. And therefore apps give you the opportunity as an ordinary consumer to own it rather than, as I say, subscribe to a service. And anybody who knows anything about marketing It's much better to sell a service-based offering by productising it, as opposed to trying just to sell the service. But anyway, the jury's out. We'll wait and see what happens there.